Hello everybody, it's Darth Shockwave here. I'm back for another toy review. Today's review is going to be on these, well, it's going to be a different review. It's going to be on these two figures here. From Iron Man 2. This is the Mark 6 armor and the War Machine armor, as you can see here. These are the two 6-inch figures that are available from Asda at the moment, and they look quite nice. They're both priced about £13, which is about double the price, I think, of the standard 4-inch figures that they were using. But I decided to pick these one up because, quite frankly, they are Marvel Legends size. So as you can see here, we have a pair of them together, and they look very nice. Just going to run through some bits about them. First off, we'll go with the Mark 6 armor. So just move the War Machine aside for a little bit. As you can see here, this is the film that Tony wears at the end of the movie. If you've not seen the movie, by the way, go and see it. It was very good. I'd say it's probably a little bit better than the first movie. The most obvious difference between this suit and the Mark III that he wore in the movie is he's got a triangular chest plate here, as you can see there. The only other differences are some of the design lines are slightly different, and the biceps and thighs are all gold instead of just highlighted with gold panels. But it looks very nice, it looks great. They also come with all these interchangeable fists. You can see here. I think that's a first for Marvel figures, actually, because there's a couple of characters that could benefit from that, especially Wolverine. So we'll go into articulation here. Articulation has got full articulation in the shoulders. You know, it's got on the ball joint and then the peg in there, so that you can move it all around. These joints are quite stiff, by the way, so sometimes you feel like you're going to snap them, but they are very nice and solid. It's got, I think it's a ball jointed head, but you can look up and down, as you can see here. And he's got articulation in the legs as well, full ball joint in the legs. They're a bit awkward though, the ball joints in the legs, because of how they've been designed. He has articulation in the elbows, double elbows, so it looks very nice like that. Once again, see, even the wrists have articulation. The knees are double articulated as well. And the feet are even articulated. He's got an articulated waist joint here. He also got an articulated hip joint, because otherwise that'll probably break the aesthetic of the figure. He's got these flip-up shoulder panels as well, because if you had the Iron Man 1 toys, you'll know that they came with shoulder panels that clipped on here. Every time you move the arms around, they'd pop off somewhere, and you probably would never find them again. The only problem I have with this toy is the way the chest joint's been designed. When if you stand Tony, stand normal, you know, it looks like he's putting his chest out. If you can see like that, it looks weird to me, and you can't get it put back down not so normal. You can, but it doesn't go all the way. It looks very strange to me. The paint applications on this figure is also great. There's only a couple of bits that are like a little bit off, like around here on the thighs. It's a little bit faded, and there's a little bit of paint faded on there. I think it's like the eyes aren't quite exactly right, but they're still nice. Other than that, it's a fantastic looking figure. If you're a fan of the Iron Man movie figures, but you don't like the new small versions, pick this one up, because it's Marvel Legends size and it looks brilliant. Remember, they're available from Asda, because they're Walmart exclusive, of course. Asda and Walmart. So we'll put Tony out of the way and bring in Rhodey. There we go. This one is my favourite of the two, War Machine. He looks amazing. He's got a lot of sculpted details on him. The head is a completely different design. He's got a lot bulkier design to him, like he should have. He's got the guns sculpted on the wrists. He's got a chain gun mounted on his back. It just looks overall much better, I think. They don't share any pieces that I know of. The only piece that I reckon they probably share would be these hip joints in here. but even them, they might not share them either. Sculpting on this figure is top notch. It's brilliant. He comes with a selection of fists as well. Yeah, hands open, fists closed, and hands slightly open. He also has this chain gun on his shoulder, which you can fold away and then move out again. Yeah, and it moves around quite freely. And also a little feature on this chain gun is it can move across. So it moves across to his other shoulder. It has a a bullet belt in too. See, we plug it in the back of the hole there. And it's quite flexible enough that it doesn't get in the way. Now, War Machine also has another iconic weapon, which is a rocket pod here. You can see that? That goes in here. I'll just show you what to do. You take out this piece here, plug in that piece there. It might be best if you had the head facing forward. There you go. And there you have the iconic looking War Machine. Yeah, that's where the rocket pod goes. Sometimes I like to leave it off because if you didn't always have it out in the movie, but it's a nice little feature that. It's once again another fantastic looking figure. Definitely a great update and design for War Machine. I personally prefer the War Machine armour out of the two. I've always liked War Machine better than Iron Man myself. Mostly because he's like built. He looks like a badass and he's built for it, built for war. Once again, articulation same as Iron Man. Double on the wrists, full rotation in the shoulders, on the ball joint head, I think. Waist articulation, double knees, even the feet are moving. Basically, Marvel Legends style articulation, which is a good thing. He also has these little flaps on the end of his wrists to open up, just in case you want to have the repulsors going. I always like to have the fists on War Machine though. Yeah, even the barrel, the end of the barrel of the chain gun has sculpted little holes in there. This is really good job. I think this must have been like sculpted by Toy Biz or something like that, because these are really brilliant looking figures. So there we go. That's my review of these two amazing looking figures. If you've not seen the film, go see it. You won't be disappointed. Unfortunately, it's come out at the time after The Dark Knight, so everyone's now comparing it to The Dark Knight, which, quite frankly, they shouldn't do, because The Dark Knight's a different type of theme to Iron Man. But if you were disappointed that Hasbro were doing 4-inch figures, don't despair, because these two fantastic looking figures are available on 6-inch scale, which is probably the best version for them. And let's face it, these are the two that will be sold the most. People will buy these two in the smaller scale, so it's a good choice to do these ones in the 6-inch scale. Would be nice if they did probably the Black Widow and Whiplash. I know they've done a Mark V armour. One thing I think these figures could do with is just, because they've got interchangeable hands, an interchangeable head would be nice. So it could be like Robert Downey Jr. and Don Cheadle's heads underneath. Just plug out the armoured heads and plug in 2 small human heads. That for me would have been the icing on the cake, but sadly not. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Hopefully you'll go out to Asda and probably buy a couple of these. Till next time, this is Darth Shockwave, over and out. Bye.